Well, welcome to the Calvary Chapel Salmon podcast. I'm not quite sure where I'm supposed to be looking. Right over here is where the cameras are at. It's good to see everyone. If you're not watching, we are on a new stage. Not really a new stage.
Old stage. It's kind of nostalgic being here, isn't it?
Just a little bit.
Some would say this is where the podcast launched from.
This is where it all began.
70, however many episodes ago.
I was going to say 70 years ago.
Almost.
Yeah.
75. 70.
Yeah, I remember we were here. I got you a Mountain Dew can. I had a Dr. Pepper can. That's like our first ever episode.
Really?
Yeah, and we talked about...
Were we in these chairs?
We were in these chairs and we talked about the baptism of the Holy Spirit. And then we had Chase on and talked about testimonies. I'm pretty sure. But we can't talk to Chase anymore because he's gone.
That's right.
He got up out of here.
Yes.
But CBI is going pretty good for him.
Seems to be going well. Yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. A little birdie told me that someone already got kicked out of CBI the first day.
I heard that they lost a student already. So
yeah. Yes. I mean, if you're gonna leave though, if you're gonna get kicked out, might as well do it on the first day.
Sure. Yeah. Be known as that person.
Why stick around if you're just gonna get kicked out?
Yeah. Don't waste your time learning anyone's name.
Yeah. I hope she didn't have to, or I hope they didn't have to travel very far.
Yeah, I'm not sure any of the details, but yeah,
really I only know it's a
hard.
female, yeah, so that's all I know.
Haul all your stuff back home, move back in.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
This apparently isn't meant for you.
Hey, yeah, it's all right. Barrick, yeah, just good to quit before you waste all your time, I guess, if it's not for you. Hagen, what are we talking about today?
Well, Jordan, today we're going to talk about kind of what we've been talking about a bit on Sunday mornings.
Yes.
In Colossians.
And in other books. On Sunday
and
mornings.
In Galatians.
Yeah, Galatians.
And in Ephesians. And in Philippians.
And in Romans.
2 Corinthians. And in 1 Corinthians. And in Romans. And in Acts.
This topic comes up quite a bit.
And in Mark. And in Luke. And in Matthew. And in John.
Yes. And this topic is
legalism. Yes.
Yes. Legalism.
What do you think about it?
Personally, not a fan.
Really?
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Have you seen those videos on Instagram where it's like the caption is like, boys are like, we should start a podcast. And it's like it's just like five very generic looking white kids. And they're just like, what's your favorite color? Personally, I like blue. It's just like the worst thing ever. That's how I feel right now.
No.
Yeah, my brain's just not pumping for some reason.
Sheesh,
but yes, legal.
Lunch?
Huh?
Lunch? What'd you have?
Chicken nuggets and steak.
Was your chicken good?
Yeah, it was really good. I had buffalo sauce with it. I had brownies. I had milk. I had some of my vanilla Coke.
Vanilla Coke?
Yeah, just Coke with vanilla flavoring in it.
You add it or it comes that way?
It comes that way. I stole it from my mini fridge here, I got the mini fridge from the building we're tearing down, and then someone donated a bunch of soda to the youth group. And I'm going to eventually give it to the youth group. But for right now...
This week, because you'll be over here,
yes,
right?
That's true. So it'll be easy.
Good.
Yep. But yeah, legalism. There's lots we can talk about with legalism. So many things.
What's the most
can't even pick one
thing you've ever done?
Ooh. Probably the most legalistic thing I've ever done is probably just this might sound cliche, maybe there's a way better answer, but what's coming to me is just like be too hard on myself.
Wow.
As far as certain things. Probably just having like this pressure that's like, yeah. I feel like that's a big thing about legalism is just having pressure on yourself and then just judging other people. Yeah. Thinking I'm better than other people.
Yeah.
That's very legalistic because that's kind of the heart of legalism, we could say. If we had to define legalism, how would you define legalism? Thinking you're better than someone else, or let's get to the root of it.
Yeah. I would say legalism is thinking what you do or do not do is adding to your right standing with Jesus. Therefore, you look at those others who do or do not do what you do or do not do, and you can look down upon them.
Yeah.
So
it would so be like saying like, I do this thing, me doing something gives me a better standing with Jesus,
Right.
basically. Yeah. I think another part of it would also just be like making stuff up that's not in the Bible and holding people to imaginary rules. I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
That kind of goes hand in hand though, because it's like, well, I do these imaginary rules, so I'm closer to Jesus than you are. But it's even worse because you're making them up.
Yeah.
If you're gonna guilt trip someone, at least guilt trip someone with something in the Bible. Don't just make something up and guilt trip
There
someone.
you go. Yes. Yeah. That's good. Something we kind of talked about end of second service last week. We didn't really get into it first, but there's just this thing with so the Bible's black and white on things, and then there's gray areas. And I was just talking about how it's dangerous in your home, or if you're raising kids, or even to yourself, to make the gray areas black and whites, because then when you do a gray area or don't do a gray area, and you realize you're okay, then it can make you think, well, then the black and whites maybe don't have a consequence either. So for example, it's like, say in my house, like in your home, say you don't watch rated R movies, but then your 16-year-old kid one day is at a sleepover and they watch a rated R movie with their friends and they go, well, that wasn't that bad. Like my whole life, my parents made this like boogeyman out of this thing, but then I did it and it wasn't what they told me it was. Like, I'm still okay. I didn't have nightmares. Like none of this thing they told me happened. So if that's true with that, now they're telling me, I shouldn't kill someone. And I go out and, there's an extreme, but it's just like, so it's just, for the sake of safety, or we'll even use the term wisdom or safety, we'll say we put up these barriers in our life to help us, which isn't a bad thing, but it does become a bad thing if you get those barriers confused with the actual ledge.
Yeah.
And then it's also a bad thing if you take your barriers that you have convictions on and you project those on other people. And you say, if you really love Jesus, you won't watch rated R movies either.
Yeah.
And because I heard you do watch rated R movies, then you must not love Jesus like I do.
Sure. And isn't there also that part in Colossians that we just read about like how like these rules do not stop the indulgence of the flesh or something?
The very last verse in Colossians too. Yeah.
Like we make these imaginary rules for ourselves to try to stop sinning. It's like, I'm going to try really hard to stop sinning, so I'm not going to be on my phone at all for the entire week. Like, not at all. And that's a rule I make for myself. But then I fail at this imaginary rule, and then I just go crazy.
Yeah.
It's like because everything was riding on this rule I made in my head. And when that falls, everything falls.
Yeah.
And it's probably just better to get to the root of the issue, which is maybe sin, and instead of just trying to make up a bunch of imaginary rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I think people can do.
Sure. And that's like I think on the last podcast I told a story about how I had to go into the Lantern bar to try to find someone's keys. And that could be legalistic.
Sure.
People could be like, I'd never go to a bar no matter what. It's like I would never go to a bar to drink.
Yeah.
But to say I'd never go to a bar no matter what, that's not true, because I did go to a bar because I was trying to find keys for this lady that I was trying to help.
And those rules sound so spiritual. They sound so good.
Right. And Paul even says in Colossians, it looks like wisdom. It looks like maturity. It looks like this person's super spiritual. But he goes, it's actually vain humility. And then he goes, it profits zero when it comes to controlling your flesh.
Yeah. It doesn't help at all. Yeah. I think it's interesting. Elsewhere, just kind of going back to that made up stuff that Jesus literally talks about to like the Pharisees. And the whole thing with the Pharisees is very interesting because they're kind of they were the religious people, but they're always framed as the bad guys. Like they're the ones who are the bad guys in the narrative in the story of Jesus. But yet, if there was a modern day Pharisee, they would be basically us, like pastors and Bible teachers. Like they'd probably be the people that everyone, not saying everyone likes us, but everyone kind of like they're like, oh, those are the spiritual people. Like that's what the Pharisees were. But they're constantly just put in this light of, negatively. And Jesus, and it's just so fascinating to me that Jesus like literally, and like you read this, like what he like literally said it just so bluntly, but Jesus is like, you teach the doctrines of man as the commandments of God in Mark something, and then also in Matthew as well. And it's just like, that's just so easy and obvious, but yeah, it's something that a lot of churches do today, is they just teach this stuff that they make up. Are there any churches in Salmon that do that, Hagen?
Probably all of them, including us.
Really?
On some level, right?
Do tell.
All of us are guilty of legalism. In some level, I think, yeah. But some are more than others. That's for sure.
Some are worse offenders.
Yeah. And legalism is legalism no matter how you package it.
Sure.
So it kind of goes back into that thing in Colossians 2 where it's like legalism is you putting doing a task or not doing a task in between you and Jesus. So it's like, if I would do this thing or not do this thing, then it's going to distance me from the Lord or get me closer to the Lord. So people build all these things, these legalistic structures, to put distance between the people and Jesus, so then they become slaves to the system.
Just like that veil in the temple. That's a good analogy right there.
Yeah, what happened to that veil?
It got torn in two, top to bottom.
That's right.
How thick was that veil?
It was thick.
It was pretty thick. Yeah. I forget. People say like 2 feet. Or people say some absurd numbers. It's like, was that really how thick it was?
It's very thick.
But it was just like, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Torn top to bottom, which is the veil was separating the Holy of Holies from everyone else. Jesus died on the cross, got torn, kind of symbolizing now anyone can go to the Holy of Holies. Anyone can come to the presence of God through Jesus. And then people like to stop that, though. They like to be veil menders, some would say, and fix that veil and say, no, you can't go whenever you want. You need to go through these hoops. You need to have these people.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, it's legalism. That's probably, what do you think are some really big examples or things that we see examples of legalism in the Bible?
And it's people stealing your reward, like he said there in Colossians 2 as well. He specifically says, don't let anyone steal your reward. And your reward is you get to go and hold the head. You get to hold Jesus. So legalism comes in like a thief and wants to steal that access away that we have. But what did you ask?
I just asked, like, what are some good examples of legalism that we see in the Bible besides that?
Besides the Pharisees?
Yeah. I mean, there's another big one with the Pharisees. Peter fell into legalism when he was eating.
In Acts?
Yeah.
10?
Yes, there, but then also in Galatians.
Oh.
Yeah, with Paul. Yeah.
When Paul calls them out?
Yeah, Paul calls them out publicly. Yeah, which is what we need to do more of. Call out the legalists publicly.
Some would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Peter was eating with everyone. He was eating bacon with the Gentiles. And these big shots from Jerusalem come. And then he's suddenly like, no, I can't eat bacon.
There's bacon.
I've never heard of her.
Yeah, why would I eat
Ew.
that?
And
It's
so
like he's at a restaurant, he orders a BLT. They're like, here's your BLT. He's like, I didn't order that. You got my order confused.
like, no, I'm
know
pretty
what
sure
you're
you ordered.
talking about.
It's like a little girl. No, I'm pretty
I
sure.
got the falafel.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He starts cursing, denying it. Peter would do that. And then, Paul. So then, the big shot Jewish people come who are still, which is very interesting. Like in the early church, there was definitely this like group that was still really into the Jewish thing and was like kind of doing both, which some people do today.
Yeah.
And Peter was eating with everyone, but then he was like, oh, now I need to act all Jewish. So he stopped eating with them, kind of shunned the Gentile Christians. Paul called him out for that.
Yeah.
Which is a very interesting thing. And I'm sure Peter apologized.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure they're buddies. Yeah.
Good.
So, yeah. Because, there's a lot of people today, we call them Messianic believers, Messianic Jews. Jews who believe in the Messiah being Jesus.
Yeah.
And they are interesting. Like we talked about on Sunday, they still do the Passover. They can sometimes still do the laws as far as food.
Right.
What do we think about them?
Well, I would just ask them because, well, it's interesting because Jewish is a religion, but it's also a ethnicity or culture. So it's like in a sense, it would be like you're Chinese Christian, and then it's like you can never eat rice again. But it's like you're Chinese, you're gonna eat rice.
Yeah.
So it's like let the Chinese eat rice. So it's like
That's good.
if Jews want to not eat pork and that's part of their culture, that's fine. The problem is that they think it's adding any value to their relationship with God. That's where it gets interesting.
And that's probably a hard line to. That's probably especially hard to like communicate to like kids. It's like we don't do this thing because we're Jewish, and they're like, "Yeah, we're Jewish. We're better than everyone else." It's like, no, it's just something we do.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, and because it's like in the Bible, their culture's found in the Bible in the Old Testament.
Right.
It used to be commanded. It can probably get pretty slippery pretty fast because they're like, yeah, look at these commandments in the Old Testament.
It says it.
Yeah, not allowed to eat shrimp or lasagna.
That's right.
Cheesy lasagna.
Yes.
Do they make lasagna without cheese?
I guess they would have to.
Yeah, it's not very good, I bet. Probably the worst.
You don't like lasagna in general.
Yeah, but cheese is probably the best part of lasagna. So, yeah, I don't think I could be Jewish.
If you were having lasagna, you would sacrifice the meat and just have noodles and cheese instead of sacrificing the cheese.
I would want to get rid of the tomato sauce first because I'm not a big tomato sauce guy.
From
noodles,
the man who loves.
I do enjoy some ketchup. I know.
No, not enjoy.
Please.
Loves.
Love's a strong word. I have it with my eggs in the morning, and that's it.
That's it.
And French fries if I have French fries that day.
Sheesh.
And occasionally on my burger.
Yes.
Do I put ketchup on anything else, Pumpkin? She says no. She says definitely not.
Sheesh.
I can't think of yeah. Yeah, I think just the ketchup on my eggs is why you think I'm weird because you just don't do
Well,
that.
I hate ketchup in general, but definitely on breakfast food.
Why do you hate ketchup in general?
It's gross.
It's just.
Do you know how many tablespoons of sugar is in ketchup?
Probably a lot.
Probably more than your Coke vanilla, honestly.
No
it's
way.
insane. Yeah, look it up. It's crazy how much
more
sugar they put
sugar
in
in
ketchup.
ketchup than in Coke vanilla.
I don't know.
In other things, I believe you, but Coke vanilla's got a lot of sugar. So
It's crazy.
don't doubt how unhealthy it is. Don't doubt how unhealthy it is. What else you gotta say about legalism, Hagen?
Well, the thing about legalism is you just need to be sensitive to it. You
Yeah.
need to realize you're not above becoming legalistic.
Yeah.
So as you read through God's word, and you read these things like in Colossians 1 and 2, where Paul's challenging things, you just look at your own life and you think, okay, are there people even in the church that I go to who I find myself looking down on because I saw them at the rodeo with a beer in their hand or whatever the case might be. It's like, do I think I'm better than them, more spiritual, more right with Jesus because of that? Because I heard them say a swear word and I would never say a swear word or whatever the case might be. And again, these things are not necessarily good, but they're also not something that's going to make them unrighteous in God's sight. And that's really what we're dealing with. But and here's the great thing about how Colossians works. Colossians chapter 2. It's not legalism is a title. Second half of chapter 2.
It's philosophy, right?
It's not philosophy, it says. Then it's not legalism. Then the beginning of chapter 3 says it's not carnality. So you can think, if you're just reading through, you stop in chapter 2. Okay, it's not philosophy, it's not legalism. And you get to the end of chapter 2 and you're thinking, okay, then I can do whatever I want and indulge the flesh. But then he goes, but it's not carnality either. But he's saying it's not. And he's saying it is, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. It's not this, it's Jesus. It's not that, it's Jesus. It's not this, it's Jesus. So just as much as it's not legalism, which some would argue is the opposite extreme of carnality, legalism is these abundance of rules to try to keep you away from carnality, fleshliness. It's not legalism over here, but it's also not carnality over here, just given in the flesh. It's Jesus. So as we get into chapter 3 this week, we're going to maybe balance out chapter 2 and realizing he's going to tell us, put off the old man. Stop doing this. Stop saying that. Stop thinking this way. Stop having hatred. Put on the new man, because you died with Christ, he says. And then he says this crazy thing. Your life is hidden with God in Christ. And I don't even really know what that means yet. I've been thinking about it. It's like your life is just
crazy.
hidden in Christ. You're just hidden in
You're
Christ.
like playing hide and go seek.
So, yeah.
Where are you? Can't find you because you're in Christ.
That's right.
That's good.
All I see is Jesus. Where are you?
Where are you?
I'm right here. I'm in him.
Amen. It's cute. Yeah. Do you think that's just that focus on the relationship with Jesus? We would say is probably the solution to legalism.
Correct.
Yeah.
But the problem, I was just talking to someone about this yesterday when I was taking apart some boards on our fence, about they were with someone who made a statement of, well, I like rules. And most people do. Most people like rules. Most people are actually attracted to legalism because it can show them they're doing a good job. I look at the list of legalism and I can cross off what I'm doing and I can say I abstain far away from these things. Therefore, I must be doing good. The premise that I'm trying to the theme that I see brought up over and over again in the Bible is that it's a relationship, not legalism, not rules. So, in one sense, it takes away that sense of security. It takes away that false sense security of being able to look at a list and say, I'm checking all the boxes, instead of saying, how am I doing in my relationship with Jesus? Not how am I doing in these rules that I've made up? How am I doing? Am I talking to him? Am I spending time with him? Am I listening? Am I hearing from him? Am I asking him what to do with my life? That's way more overwhelming and scary than just tell me the do's and don'ts and I can figure that out. So,
yeah, Jesus will tell you if you're supposed to drink a beer or not. And it's not my job. It's just like, it's not even your own job. It's just like, Jesus, should I do this or not? And sometimes Jesus will say, yeah, have that beer. I turned water into wine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I would say also that legalism, even though it does give you this security because there's rules, you can feel good about yourself, it will also cause a lot of anxiety. I think legalism caused a lot of anxiety. And you asked me all the way back in the beginning of this episode, you asked me what did you ask me?
What's the most legalistic thing you've ever done?
Yeah. Well, I don't know about doing, but like I can definitely say there's been points in my life where there's been like this pressure to perform, probably pressured, like I need to be evangelizing. That's probably one of the biggest ones. Like if I'm not evangelizing, then I'm a pish posh Christian and I'm a faker and all that, especially just younger. And it's just like, and it's like, but now it's like, oh wait, that was kind of like legalism because I thought that like, if I'm not doing this thing, then I'm not good or I'm not right. And it was just like this pressure I put on myself. And I feel like a lot of people, especially people who are overachievers like me, can just be like, can put this on like these pressure, make these rules for ourselves. Like we need to be doing this thing. And that can even be, hurt or help. That can even be added to by like pastors or people who would constantly probably also put pressure on people like, hey, if you're really a Christian or if you really love Jesus, you'll be doing X, Y, Z. And it's like, there's a place for that because you do want to be motivating people and there should be things that we're doing, but there can be this, I guess the whole like pendulum thing, but there can be this other side. So like there can be this pressure, this anxiety where it's like, oh man, if I'm a good Christian, and I'm not doing these things. And even after we do these things, we don't feel like it's good enough because we didn't say this or we didn't go far enough. And so it can be this anxiety, this pressure that can be added to even by people who mean well. And it's just like, it just kind of bubbles over here. And for some people, it just bubbles over here for so long until they're just like, okay, I'm just done with it all. Like I can never be good enough. I can never be whatever enough. I can't be the perfect kid. And they just kind of give up and throw the whole thing away. And it's just like, well, that's sad.
That is sad.
Yeah. So don't let the pressure get too big. Take a chill pill. Just enjoy Jesus.
Sheesh.
Yeah. Enjoy Jesus. Do what you want. Be led by the Spirit. So,
Enjoy Jesus.
yeah.
Be led by the Spirit.
Yeah. I was thinking about this the other day. It's like the big question people always kind of ask or whatever. I don't know if people actually ask this question, but people say that people ask this question. It's like, what's the purpose of life? What's the purpose of man? And someone said something to this question the other day, but I forget what it was. But it's just like, and there's all these answers, and like people say, well, it's to glorify God, or it's to get as many people to heaven as possible, or all these things. And I was just thinking about this. It's like, well, maybe it's just like different for everyone. Like maybe my purpose isn't the same as your purpose.
Yeah.
And we could say the purpose of both Jordan and Hagen's to glorify God. In a sense, that's true. But like how we do that and how we glorify God is different because we have a different relationship with Jesus and he wants us to do different things. So you can say the purpose of life is just to have a relationship with Jesus, and whatever he wants you to do, that's your purpose. I think that's just a much more simpler way than saying the purpose of life is to glorify God. Everyone, it's like, well, how do I glorify God? I need to glorify God. It's like, well, don't worry about that. Just have a relationship with Jesus and you'll glorify God.
Colossians 3:17, whatever you do in word or deed, do it all to the glory of the name of the Lord Jesus.
Amen.
Whatever you do. What am I doing? Whatever you're doing.
Even if I'm playing Fortnite,
do it all to the glory of God.
Play Fortnite for Jesus.
That's right.
Even if I'm watching Mr. Beast YouTube videos.
I guess so.
Do
Even
that for
chess,
Jesus.
I guess.
Even chess for Jesus. Amen.
Yeah. Pickleball.
Yeah. All these fun things. Do them all for Jesus.
Sure.
What's the most legalistic thing you've ever done, Hagen? I didn't ask you.
Probably get baptized into a church that believed that they were the only people on the face of the earth with the proper authority to do anything on God's behalf.
That probably was pretty legalistic.
But I was only 8, so give me a break.
You silly boy.
Yeah.
And you were really mean, too.
Some would say.
Some would say.
One would say
that you were a mean little Mormon boy.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. That does, yeah, it's pretty legalistic.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think is a good way to identify legalism in yourself? Like, because it's very easy to see on other people.
Yeah.
It's very easy for me to look at Mormonism and say, well, they're legalistic. But how can I catch myself when I'm being legalistic?
Oh, maybe ask Axel.
Would Axel be able to tell me when I'm legalistic?
Yeah.
Axel's here in our audience, in our packed audience, live audience.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. I'll let you know when you're being legalistic, Hagen. Don't you worry. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So far, you're doing a good job.
Okay. Good. If you could just like grade me at the end of every week, that'd be nice.
You're usually less legalistic than I am. I'm more quick to judge people, which judging people is not always bad.
Sure, that's exactly what a legalist would
say. In a
say.
sense, right?
The Bible tells me to do this. Sure.
Judge not lest you be judged, but it says I can judge myself.
Yes.
So as long as I use the same standard for everyone.
Take the log out of your own. I already have. That's why I'm doing this. Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Yeah. I think there's definitely a balance there of being honest with people that you love. And that's not being judgmental in the negative sense, it's just speaking truth. But
especially in your Airbnb reviews.
Yeah. Be honest in your Airbnb reviews, regardless of whether the people like it or not. I'm just being honest.
You're just stating what they clearly told you in the description, which apparently is not very nice.
Yeah. It's like, well, if it's already just saying in the description, I gave him 4 stars. And also it was like, okay. So I went to Salt Lake City, got an Airbnb, nice place.
Was it?
Very nice. Nice. It's like basically their garage, they turn into a little, half of their garage, they turn into a little hotel room. Very nice. Kids were just running upstairs. And I guess they did mention this on the description, but I didn't read it. And I was just like, oh, and like in my review, I was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Kids were not yelling, but stomping upstairs. And then they texted me, it's like, in your review, you said this. Could you please change it or remove it? And it's like, no, I'm not going to change it or remove it. I just meant what I said. It's a great stay overall, but it's just like, I don't know. So I think that's a perfect example of just speaking facts.
Yeah. They even tell you
to be positive.
Yeah, and they even say the last one, I forget where I read it at, if it's actually on Airbnb or like from the people, but it's like Airbnbs are not judged like hotels. Like a 4-star hotel is like a nice hotel, but if you give an Airbnb 4 stars, that means it's not real good. Like it's either 5 or it's bad. So like they don't want you thinking about it like, oh, 4 is pretty good. No, it's either 5 or it's bad. So
That's
you
interesting.
told them they were bad.
Sorry about that. I didn't realize. I gave him a 80%. That's a B. 4 out of 5. I guess you think about it like that, B's not the best.
Yeah, I guess it depends on who you are. I enjoyed B's in school.
Yeah, 80%. It's not the worst.
Not all of us got straight A's, Jordan.
Yeah, except for one class, except for Spanish.
That's hard to believe.
Yes.
You're so fluent now.
It's hard, yeah. I just could never get the hang of it.
Yeah.
What was your hardest class?
Well, reading. Anything that involved reading, which is hard to believe.
So maybe you shouldn't read for our Christmas production?
Probably not, yeah. Or
which we'll talk about later.
Plenty of time to study it.
Yeah.
Yeah, reading, science.
You do talk about that. You do talk about a lot of subjects that you don't like.
Yeah.
What was your favorite subject?
I was okay at math.
Nice.
Not great, but okay.
Yeah, math's just simple and nice. Like once you got it, you got it.
Yeah.
And then it just builds on itself, so it's kind of fun. It's like a game. Numbers are nice. Numbers are consistent. Unlike people are inconsistent. Numbers are
people
consistent.
and rules and parts of speech in English are inconsistent as well.
Yeah, English is inconsistent. The same phrase can mean a million different things.
That's right.
Depending on who you ask.
Are you tired?
No, are you tired?
I thought you were.
Please, I'm full of energy in life.
We barely even talked over each other this podcast.
I know.
Is it because we're so far away?
I think so. I think it's just the new
It's kind of a different vibe. Is
the
it 'cause
new
it's dark in here?
Yeah, it's the new environment.
It's dark yet so bright.
I feel like I don't need to yell at you. I can just speak to you from over here.
Wow.
Yeah. If you were to be a legalist, what legalism would you join? What group?
Probably the Amish.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
It's a nice life. Simple.
Yeah.
But it is kind of sad how it's like, yeah, it's legalism. And there's a lot of weirdness that can be involved, I'm sure.
Yeah.
To all the Amish listening to this podcast, we're sorry. There's no Amish listening to this.
You don't think so?
No. I mean, if they are, they're backsliding.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Go tell your bishop right now. Yeah. The Amish are cool, but and they're kind of a perfect example of what we're talking about, like the silly rules that don't help anything. Cause it's just like I really have my hand on the pulse of the Amish community in Salmon, but there's this big thing where it's just like, why can't we drive cars? It's like we pay people to drive us everywhere. We sometimes drive machinery for work. We sometimes have to drive for work. It's like, why can't we just, it would make life 10 times easier. We're sick of these stupid horses and these stupid buggies. They're not fast enough. They're impractical. It's like, it's not like that's going to instantly turn us into heathens.
I don't know.
Why can't we just drive cars?
Every sinner I know drives a car. So.
Except for the Amish sinners.
If you stay away from the cars, you can't drive yourself to sin.
Sure, you can pull up to the bar with a horse and buggy.
Yeah, but it takes you much longer to get there. Conviction can settle in a lot faster.
It's much more impractical.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people leave the Amish so they can just go drive cars, and it's like, you don't blame them. It's like,
that's right.
Yeah, it's like, why? But they have their rules, and it's just like, that's just impractical. Just drive a car.
Yeah.
But there's also wisdom in that, because maybe it's good if we don't all have iPhones.
Yeah,
be healthier.
There's safety in it.
Yeah,
they don't have
but iPhones are also a good tool as well. You can get Telegram. The Amish do not have access to the wonder of Telegram.
The Amish are not using Telegram, I do not think. So
yeah, so it's like,
it took me 10 years to get on this Telegram train, but I'm on it.
I know you are.
Yeah, I'm revolutionizing communication through this app.
Yes, you're nonstop. Yeah, and I think people. This might sound stupid. Do you think people over-exaggerate the danger of technology?
Yes and no.
Yeah. I think people blame their problems on technology. Like, I'm so lazy and irresponsible because I'm just scrolling on my phone all the time. It's like, you'd be lazy and irresponsible without the phone. You'd just be doing something else. You'd just be wasting your time some other way.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe this phone's just giving you an outlet for your laziness and your irresponsibility. Maybe it's growing it in some way, but it's definitely feeding off of something that's already inside of you.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking to myself as well because I can spend but people are like, social media, like social media is so bad for us, and it's like, well, and like, sure, in some ways, but it's like, it's just showing you who you are.
And some people are not real happy with who they are.
Yeah. So it's just like, social media, there wouldn't be any problems with social media if you just had self-control. And
that's all. Yeah. That'd fix a lot of problems, wouldn't it?
If people just had self-control. Yeah, and you think these problems are just for like teenagers or for kids. Growing up, you realize just how irresponsible adults are. It's just like, what? I thought you were supposed to be better than this. I don't know when I realized this, but at a certain age, it clicks in your mind that like adults are just big kids, and there's silly ones, and there's smart ones, and there's irresponsible ones, and there's good ones and bad ones. Yeah. And there's the whole gambit, just like with kids.
That's right.
And they just grow. Yeah, it's just like, huh.
Well,
Hagen.
There's legalism for you.
That's right. Don't fall into it.
That's right. And how do you get out of it?
Focus on Jesus. Wow. Don't be a Pharisee.
The prodigal son's brother? Legalist.
Yeah. You should have answered that when I asked you for a good example in the Bible.
That's actually true.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah. Tell us about him, though.
So then it's like, well, to not be a legalist, this goes into what we're going to talk about on Sunday. Then I'm going to be the prodigal son and get with the pigs.
No.
That'll teach people that I'm not a legalist. It's not carnality. Okay, so there's the balance. Well, I don't want to be like that one, but I don't. The prodigal son's not a good example either. There's a son you can be that's neither in the pig pen nor judging the one that's been to the pig pen. Be that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a good analogy for the book I want to write. The book about
teaser.
Yeah. What was my? I haven't thought about it since that day.
No, I figured you've been working on it every night.
You kind of discouraged me.
Who did?
You did.
I said it was great.
No, you did not.
I said no one would buy it. But outside of that, I thought it was a good idea.
That's great. What was it? It was like growing up a sheltered Christian young lad.
Like sheltered and saved.
Sheltered, growing up sheltered and saved. Saved and sheltered. Yeah, it's a catchy title. So you remembered it. That was a test.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just You don't want to. Yeah, you don't want. That's good. You don't want to be either brother. You just want to be
the sister.
The sister that no one talks about. And Jesus, Jesus told that parable, speaking to the Pharisees about legalism. The whole point of that parable is not the prodigal son. I mean, it's important. Like, it's a good story.
Sure.
And there's lots you can pull from.
Yeah.
But the whole point's about the second brother, the older brother, who's often forgotten.
Yeah.
And it's like, don't be like him. Don't judge the person who comes back to Jesus. Don't judge the person who's wandering. Don't be like, why don't I get a party? Blah, blah, blah. Yes. One of my favorite stories is like the one with like the guy goes out to hire people, and like he goes out like 6 o'clock in the morning and says, I'll give you a day's wage if you work for me. And they're like, okay. Goes back out at noon, say, I'll give you a day's wage. They're like, okay. Goes back out 3, goes back out 5. And the people who were working at 5, they're first in line, and the master pays them a full day's wage. And like, whoa, these guys only worked for 1 hour from 5 to 6, and they got a day's wage. We're gonna get so much more, but then they all get the same thing. And like, what the heck? That's not fair. And the guy's like, why is your eye evil if I'm good? Like, why are you upset that other people get grace and mercy?
He's kind of like, mind your business, enjoy your blessings.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what.
Yeah. And it's like, why do I get upset when other people get grace and mercy? It's just something very evil inside of us that's just like, ooh, that's not fair. I want, And it's just greed. Yeah. So mind your business. That's another good solution for legalism. Mind your business.
That's right. That was my slogan for a while this year.
Really?
Yeah. I was speaking it quite a bit. I was going to get a shirt that says it.
Really?
Mind your business. Yeah.
Who were you saying that to? You didn't say that to me.
Really?
I don't think so.
I guess you just do such a good job of staying
I
in your
try
lane
to stay in my lane.
that I don't have to worry about
I
it.
occasionally chit chat, but I try and stay in my lane for the most part. Are you gonna come see the movie with us tonight?
No.
What? Why not?
No. Isn't it rated R?
Please. F1 is not rated R.
PG-13.
I'm sure.
Because I'm trying to be financially responsible and I want to go to the rodeo on Friday, so I'd rather spend money there than at the movies.
It's $5.50. It's $5.50.
It's $550.
No, it's $5.50 Tuesday. It's $5.
Is that not money?
I'll buy your ticket.
Stop.
I
No.
will.
No, I don't want to go.
Come on.
No.
Come watch a movie with me and Titus and whoever else.
I wish I could, but
Okay.
I will go. I figured. I think that guy wants to meet at Carmen to baptize
Yes.
at 5:30.
Perfect.
So I figured I'll go out there. I'll pick you up on my way out from your house if you're home already, and then we'll go do that. Then come back, and then you can do your little silly movie.
Okay.
I'll just be at home reading my Bible and worshiping Jesus, interceding
you
for
will
the
not.
nations while you're at a
Please,
movie.
Cap.
But I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
No movies? No playing cards?
No dancing.
No dancing?
Yeah.
As Chuck Smith would tell us.
Do not dance.
It's kind of embarrassing when you listen to like old things of Chuck Smith and he's like, these kids these days going to the movies. Heathens.
Yes.
It's like, oh. And the movies back then probably weren't even that bad
Yeah.
compared to the movies today.
The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. It's like, oh, wow. So, yes, people can be legal. Even Calvary chapels can be legalists.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
very easy to get legalistic about the next generation.
Sure.
Like even on Sundays, someone made a comment to me, 2nd service afterwards, about how some people have, and I used to not wear my hat on Sundays. I used to just wear it on Wednesdays. But then I started wearing it on Sundays probably about 2 months ago.
I noticed. Yeah.
And I just like it.
Yeah.
And I wear it all the time. It's not like I'm just wearing it on Sundays. I wear it all the time. It's like part of who I am.
It's part of your
part of my
style.
identity.
Yeah, your vibe.
So it's like, why would I change just because it's Sunday? Why would I change who I am just because it's Sunday? There's no reason to, right? So I keep my hat on Sundays now when I teach. And someone said, some people, have a hard time with your hat. And I was kind of joking, but I said, well, they have a hard time with their hat. And
Someone wearing a
the
cowboy
Alzingos,
hat.
wearing a cowboy hat. Because generally, there's this acceptance of like a cowboy hat goes with a fit. And it's like okay to wear in church. But a baseball cap, especially one backwards, is just unacceptable. And the lady even said, well, kind of to my generation, people with hats like that on backwards are kind of like thugs or like gangsters. And I go, and I was just playing around. I go, no, it's crazy, isn't it? I said, I wear my hat backwards. I got a tattoo. I'm wearing this oversized shirt. I'm just a gangster, aren't I? But it's like, and?
Yeah. It's a little silly.
Yeah. Could a gangster get saved and share Jesus
Amen.
more than a cowboy can?
Hagen,
Yes.
you're just a gangster.
What can I say?
You're just a saved gangster.
I would feel like more of a poser wearing a cowboy hat than wearing what I'm wearing right now.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, you just don't want to change who you are. You should try wearing robes, though,
You don't
Hagen.
want Jesus to change you when you believe in him? Gosh.
Yes, Jesus changes you so we all wear white button-up shirts.
Yes.
As Jesus
just
would
like
want.
everyone else.
Just what
yes.
Jesus would want, yes.
I don't know.
What do you do? That's my last question. I'll let you go, Hagen.
Good.
Because I'm sure you're a busy man. Like, and you're probably not going to like this question.
Oh, boy.
But it's like someone says, like, yeah, someone says that they did something that's maybe not sin, but is definitely probably not wise. Like, what do you just say? Nothing? Or is it just depending on the relationship? Like, someone's like, yeah, I just watched this. I just went and saw this awful R-rated movie that's full of sex and profanity and just all these awful things.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you just like, oh, wow, that's cool. Or do you just like, what do you do? Like in the moment, like there's probably no right answer. But...
It depends on the relationship for sure. But I'm assuming, like if they're saying, I went and watched this movie, what do you think about it?
Sure.
Then it's like, okay, that's giving me permission to speak to the situation.
Yeah.
But even if maybe I was at Bertram's and I saw them across the street at the movies, and then it's like, well, now I'm going to see them on Sunday and ask them, were you seeing Freakier Friday or were you seeing
F1? Freakier Friday.
But it's like, just mind your business.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, it's like you don't need to bring it. Yeah, you don't need to ask them if you don't know. Yeah. So.
Yeah. But even if it is, say someone sins, someone does something that is black and white, and they are talking to me about it, it's like, you got to kind of feel them out, but it's because here's the problem.
Tell us the problem.
We think that it's our job to convict or condemn, and it's not. So if someone's telling me about their sin, depending on why they're telling me about it, they probably don't need me to lay into them and tell them how stupid of a decision that was. Generally speaking, and you dig around, you ask a few questions, did you learn anything from this situation? Like, you plan on doing it again? But it's like, just to encourage and be like, you're bigger than this. Like, you are not defined by this. You can move forward. Jesus has already forgiven you. Actually, this happened a couple, how do I want to tell this story? Sometime this summer, someone came up to me, who's a teenager in this church, and told me that they had drank some alcohol, and this was a big deal for them, which it should be. And they were just really distraught about it, and how they were still feeling just condemned about it in their heart, and they just wanted prayer for it. And I just prayed for them, but that whole situation was nothing but encouragement. It wasn't like, you know what, you did know better. How dare you? And this person does know better, and how dare they? But that's not what they need in that moment. They're feeling bad enough about their sin. I don't need to help to that. I just need to set them free and lift them back up and point them to Jesus and allow them to keep going, and not let Satan use this to discourage them and make them feel unqualified. So
you hear all that, Axel? No, I'm kidding. It was not Axel. Yes. I knew it was not Axel. That's why I said that.
Okay.
Good. Cool. Okay. Well, that's good wisdom. Cool. Well, thanks for sharing all that, Hagen.
It took a while to get it all out of me, but I'm glad.
Yeah, I really got to pull all this
really
wisdom.
Had to work for this
I think that's my specialty. I can just pull the wisdom out of you,
things
Hagen.
out of people, yes.
Yeah, getting things out of just you.
Okay.
You can't get wisdom out of much other people.
You can't. What's the saying?
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
You can't squeeze lemonade out of a something.
A lemon?
Out of a sponge or something. I don't know. It's like no matter how hard you squeeze something, if it's not the thing, you're not going to get that out of it. But
I've never heard that before, but that's interesting. Thanks for sharing that as well.
Yes.
Any more?
Thanks for sharing that saying you actually really don't know.
Any more wisdom?
That's probably...
It's a good amount of wisdom for now.
All of them, yeah.
I actually started writing down all the wise things that I've ever heard in my little notebook.
From me?
From you and from other sources, from things I thought of myself, or things just like life lessons, like good thing. Like one of those is like I forget exactly what I wrote, but it's just like okay, but just like you get as much Jesus as you want. That's an important one. Yes. Like you decide how much Jesus you get. It's just like other things like that.
Never tear down a fence until you know why it was
That's
built.
a good one. Yeah,
it's a good one.
Yeah, just like wise, good things, just to have.
Craig and that guy's taking that fence down over there. You should walk up and be like, "Do you know why this fence was built?" No. Well, then why are you taking it down?
That's good. I should have done that. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just writing those down in my little journal. So I'll be ready. I'll be so wise. I'll be ready for all these wise quips.
And then you can write a book that's just a compilation of other people's words.
I was thinking of just doing like a devotional.
Wow.
Each day is just another wise spiritual saying.
There you go.
Instead of a Bible verse.
Yeah, enough of the Bible. Let's just do wise sayings.
Yeah, but they're all from Bible verses if you think about it.
Good.
So that's good. Cool. Well, don't be a legalist. Thanks for watching. Watch every single episode or else Jesus doesn't love you. Bye-bye.
There you go. Bye.